the Cougars in 5, but ECU ends rough it once again, working its way towards the sideline and leaps into the end zone. Taking out.
Welcome to this TECspertZ with Pirate Media One. This is our third sports rundown of the season. I am Jackson. I'm part of WZMB 91.3. Also have a show with my good friend and co-host Anthony at Inside the Lines at 12 to 1.
Yes, I am Anthony, my partner in crime right here, Jackson. We take care of Inside the Lines on 12 o'clock on Fridays. Don't miss it. Do not miss it, but that's all we got on our front. Send it over to the gentleman to my left.
Hey, I'm Brendan. I'm the sports editor for the East Carolina newspaper. We have papers that come out every Tuesday and Thursday. You know, stop by one of the stations we have on campus, read it. It's good for you.
And I'm Daniel Shepard. I'm the sports chief at the East Carolinian. Just read the paper and
Do it.
So like always, we're going to do a recap of last weekend's game and then get into this week with our homecoming game. We took on UCF at UCF. We lost 41-28. We did cover the spread, and like good teams win games, great team covers spreads. But you know, guys, I'll be honest, we need to step it up. We're 3-4 on the season here, coming into homecoming game. I think we can still maybe, if we can push 5 wins on the season, we'd be pretty good shape, big improvement on the year. But what all can y'all take away from us traveling to UCF and pretty much getting our tails handed to us?
I think one of the big takeaways was our special teams just continuing to come up big in situations where honestly we didn't think we'd have any big special teams plays. We blocked a punt to recover the ball after blocked a UCF punt, excuse me. We blocked a punt, recovered it, and led to us scoring a touchdown, which frankly I don't think any of us thought we would score a touchdown against UCF. So I think for me that was huge. And that's something that's our second on the year, which is already 2 more than we did last season and probably the season before that.
Oh, yeah.
I would just say, it's a tale of 2 halves of the game. It was down, 35-6 at the half. Battled back and actually outscored UCF 22-6. In the second half, Holton looked a lot better throwing the football, but it's gotten too big of a hole too early. I think it was 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. So moving forward, it's just cutting down on digging a hole. If they're going to continue to play like they did in the second half, they can beat a lot of teams if they just clean up the first half. Right.
To add to that point, I think that they got to be a little bit more sharper and have a little bit more energy coming right out of the gate. A little flat, slow, and before you could even blink, UCF had quite the lead on them. So I think they got to do a better job of coming out with energy and looking to go out there and fight and scratch and pretty much kick around and do the right thing and score points. Pass the football, run the football. Got to be a lot more sharper in the first half.
And like we mentioned on our last rundown, we bend but don't break. We're kind of breaking right now. We need to fix it. But I'll be honest, UCF and USF is a bit of a tongue twister, so hopefully we don't get them mixed up on this show. But moving on, we are taking USF at ECU. I'm pretty sure the game will be at 3:45 on Saturday. And, guys, I think ECU has a chance here. I will say we have a chance. And like I mentioned a little earlier, good teams win games. Great teams cover spreads, but that's why I'm going with USF outright.
No, stop it right now.
Guys, I'll be honest. We've mentioned it all year while we've done this rundown. Shaky offense. Will they show up? Will they not show up? I hope they prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. All right?
Well, you got to be kidding me, Jackson.
Dude,
for God's sakes, this is our homecoming, folks. Just a little reminder out there. This is our homecoming. A lot of big crowd's going to be there. The fans are going to be into it. This is a game ECU's got to go out there and win.
But will we show up? That's the hope, man, because I will
question.
say for our, not homecoming, but our blackout game, I don't know if y'all were there, I was very disappointed in the showing of the fans and student section.
It's a great point that you bring up.
So hopefully we can still show out. I think that's a big part of it because like Houston said earlier on in the season, it's not a home game unless all the fans show out.
Yeah. On Saturday, I think ECU's going to win this game as long as Holton and the rest of the team show up.
Yeah.
I would agree. He's the offense runs through him. He touches the ball. He touches the ball in every possession. But he's got C.J. Johnson. He's had over 100 yards in each of the last 2 games. So he's got a capable receiver. Tyler Snead too on the other side. He can throw the football too. But Mike Houston's still going to want to run the football, and that's kind of what he's made his name on at JMU. But you got Demetrius Mooney, freshman running back, true freshman. But this offense is still trying to find its way. It's still very young. Got a lot of young guys at the skill positions. So, when guys are still coming along like that and developing, you got to rely a lot on your defense. And I think that's what it's going to fall on this week against USF is the defense.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is gassed. I mean, time and time out there again. I mean, the offense has got to pick it up and put up points, and then you need, a quick 3 and out. You need a 1-2-3 where, you're back on offense, and you kind of got to gain momentum throughout the game because we haven't really had a lot of momentum on our side so far this season. And you got to do the little things right. That's what's really magnified and important, and probably what will come down to this game is doing the little things right. Pass protection, the O-line, protecting Holton, and good decision-making by Holton as well.
I will say it is a good sign, though. Vegas has us at a 2-point underdog, so they are expecting a pretty close game. So that does say ECU kind of does have a chance. I know the total right now is sitting at about 50-so points, and a lot of people are actually taking the over. But I know here recently ECU on the under has just been under every game. I don't know if I would even take the total because that, to me, if UC or USF covers this by themselves, I think that's the only way this game goes over on the 50-point total.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is going to be a pretty close game. I think the exact percentage is like a 54% favorite to USF. So it's that compared to like a 45 and somewhere in there. It's going to be close. I think, you guys make great points. I think, our defense needs to show up. I think if we continue to have the special teams plays, even just one big special teams play a game can turn the complete momentum of the game, and UCF, it was big there. We'll see if they do anything in this game. And
yeah, if I had money to bet, which I don't, I would be going with the under on this game. You said it was at 50. I don't think there's any way that goes over. I mean, ECU scoring right at 22 points a game this year, and USF has had quarterback problems. Their starting quarterback got hurt, and even their backup has been nursing injuries. So I mean, either they're going with a hurt backup this week or a former walk-on quarterback in Rigel. So I don't know if they get anywhere near 50 points this week.
Which they haven't still announced the quarterback.
Right. Yeah. McLeod, who started the last 5 games, is still listed number 1 on their depth chart, but I don't think they've formally made a decision. Charlie Strong's said that he's going to see how practice goes this week and determine the health of his starter game time. So.
And I'm sorry, I kind of misspoke. The total opened at 49.5, but now it has moved up to 52. So people are absolutely killing the over right now for some reason. I don't know why, but maybe they know something we don't know here at TECspertZ. But I will say I think ECU can win this game. It's a almost must-win here for ECU. And boys, I think we just did a great third sports rundown of the season. Be there at 3:45 on Saturday. We need everybody to show out because, like Houston said, it is not a home game unless we have everybody there. And go Pirates.
Homecoming, be there 3:45. Go Pirates.